Hello there, and welcome back again to the Befehlswagen Jagdpanther. It's a difficult word. It's not, it's German, so I should know it. And that is the reason why I see the tank again. The last commentary that I made just a few minutes ago was in German, and I think the last time I did before that a commentary on the Jagdpanther, it was also in German. It's not very often that I do videos in German, but when I do, it's of course with a German tank. It would be the very same with a French tank if I would speak French, but je ne parle français très bien, mais peut-être peut-être, but it's not good enough for entire commentary, and I cannot reverse all the time. Bad jokes aside, you know they are for free on this channel. I love the look of the tank. The design is just awesome. I mean, the pure look of it. And this is further enhanced with this black, white, red camouflage from the Dislike team from the Thunder League. And yeah, I think when the tank plays out very nicely, when you have a good battle in it, it's really satisfying. The tank itself is not bad. It has angled armor, it has a good gun, it has mobility, so in the triangle of the stats of which a tank has to be at least decent in each of the three to convince, it is nice. But it has a battle rating of 6.3, and more than often you get up tiered. And when you get up tiered from 6.3 and 6.7 into higher battle ratings like 7.3, 7.7, then suddenly you face nasty stuff like autoloaders, stabilizers, heat FS, hash, APDS, stronger guns that don't give a damn about your armor, tanks with much more mobility, and turrets. You know, it's a case-made tank destroyer, and so if your tracks are gone, if your transmission or your driver gets knocked out, at least even for a moment, then that's mostly your doom, because somebody can flank you and you have a soft side. It's a huge target area and you are most likely to receive a deadly shot into the side. Nevertheless, I like the look of the tank. I like what it can do on some battlefields, and I want to talk you through this time with English commentary. I will not make the very exact same commentary translated from German into English, because it's just, you cannot translate every single aspect, not every single pun, not every bad joke, not every aspect, and sometimes the commentary just builds itself up while I'm doing this. So I hope you understand this, and well, without further ado, let's hop into some gameplay, shall we? And here we are on the Berlin map, and as I spoke of in the previous German commentary, it's an asymmetrical build-up. My target is actually the B capture zone, and conveniently it is so placed in front of the Reichstag that it is much easier to attack B than it is to defend. And when you set up your teammate, it's very easy to cover anybody that is advancing, while you can suppress anybody from the enemy team that tries to defend efficiently, and A is as easy to defend as it is to attack. So I think the advantage is here in the hands of the German team. The way that I advance is a bit more offensive. I could have gone through here the road in below, and there I see some movement, and it is a T-34-85. We shoot at both the same time, and we both bounce on each other's superstructure or turret. Now I have AP CBC rounds, and funnily enough he comes around again, and this time I get his gun breach, so that means I can now advance, and I don't think that he is lurking around for much longer or hanging around for much longer to get in a finishing shot. And you can see here, there's this road here is covered on both sides by not trenches, what do you call them, embankments, and they cover conveniently my side. Again, a very easy road coming close to B. Now, one further thing that I have in mind is using here the smoke launchers, but it's very situational for advancing, for getting into cover, and so forth. They land in front of you, and you have 30 separate launches of them, which is insane. I see an IS-2. I turn towards him. He doesn't have the gun depression, and just as I pull the trigger, he just moved a few centimeters further to get gun depression, and that gave my Ferdinand enough time to get the killing shot into him, and I can further advance. And this is a very beautiful position if you look at that through this gap. Nobody comes in your direction, but they all show you the side. Now I want to get into this gap, I want to invade it, yes, and just look at how long it takes to stabilize the gun, to whip forwards and backwards and get also the gun traverse to line up with the enemy tank, and it was just not good enough to get gun on this IS-1 or IS-2, I'm not quite sure. And now I pop some smoke launches. This cap needs a long time to be capped, and I don't want to give my position away too long. If there is a plane coming in, the drop on me would be rather easy in contrast to the position I want to get in right now. So I'm using here a tactic of mine that I really like, which is just getting into this capture zone area and just holding one flank. My strong armor is pointed towards the enemy, as is the gun, and I'm listening. Recognizing the gun sounds, recognizing shells whizzing by, seeing some gun flashes and the smoke, who passes by, and looking at the kill messages, observing the mini-map, looking where my team is positioned. You can see they are well distributed. They are on the sniper ridge lines, some advancing to the south and also to the east and west. So I see some action around the Reichstag, and this is how can I get there, because it's a very tricky situation. And now I'm using something to just look around the side with the camera setting, and I'm not quite sure. There are some burning wrecks. Wreck just disappeared. Maybe he's just respawning. So time to launch a few smoke shells. I have enough of them. Don't be don't be too cheap to use them. And now I'm stretching out and I launch another one as I'm breaching through the smoke. CRT-3485 fire blind to where I expect him to be, and I one-shot him. That was just awesome. And this guy maybe looked at the minimap. So who else is there? There is not too much action. There are too many tanks alive. Let's have a quick snack on this IS-2. Mwah, beautiful, tasty. And I smoke again my rear section up while I'm turning around, re-engaging here with some other Russian tanks. Let's just send a message through the back of the turret of this IS-2, and yeah, then we need to be a bit silent because there is a parallel road. Let's just kill this potato truck here, conveniently a bit silent with a machine gun fire. Multi-strike ×4, that's not bad if I say so myself. And we come around the corner, and this is why you should have always your ears not listening to Sabaton while you are in a battle. And this was the last thing that he didn't hear. Multi-strike ×5, I just pushed through. I made here the important kills to get in the last nail into the coffin of the enemy team. They cannot recover from this, while we also here capture their base. There is not much left to do. Now the last thing that I need to do is actually drop a smoke shell here to cover now my turn to the right. But that was a mistake that was not further punished, but there was still a risk, and one has to point out all the arguments and all the situations and what could have done be better. Now there is always something that could have been done better, but if you get away with your performance game after game, I think you're doing overall very well. I just couldn't see here this other SBA behind the burning wreck of the PT-76. So this was not a massive up tier, this was a nice battle, and I would love to see more like those, where tactical thinking and just positioning is there, where you also have enough time. And it's just not fun to fight against, again, as I said, more mobile tanks with just simply better firing systems or firepower. The last thing that I want to give away here is the information. If you see on the minimap a red circle around the flag or spawn flag of the enemy team, you actually are visible on their radar as your position is given away by your tank icon, like much you have been spotted. And if that's not the case and you retreat far enough away, you become invisible again on the minimap. So this is always important to know. Let's have a quick look at the results, and we can see the results for this premium tank are not shabby. 5 kills and lots of action, 48,000 silver lines, nearly 5,000 research points with a survivor medal. You can see on the mark of distinction I played this tank quite often, and with second in as in team without any sort of boosters with 1,074 score points is nice. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you don't mind this same battle being featured twice. Give this video a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this German-English commentary duo. And as usual, we'll see each other on the battlefields, in the skies, and on the waves of War Thunder. Sounds much better in English, doesn't it?